I do want to talk about some of our school districts, unless there's something else you have, Joe.
No, I think we should go with the school districts. It's so close to us and so important to us here.
Right.
We should.
So as we know, we have multiple school districts. For our elementary schools, we have more.
Mhm.
And there's just such a vast difference between one district and the other when it comes to, the way they do things and their policies and the way that parents engage. And I really want to say that Newhall School District has been very good. So I want to, we do criticize a lot of these school districts, and we also want to make sure that we are acknowledging the ones that I believe, or whoever believes can share their opinion, that are doing things right, that are making it so that even though that there's challenges and there's budget challenges and there's, extra resources needed for either special education kids or kids that are still learning English, that they're being really accommodated and heard and pointed in the right direction. So I think Newhall School District does a very good job of that.
Mm-hmm.
And, it has its issues as well. But overall, the superintendent there, which there was a new one, there's been 2 superintendents since I've been a part of that district, and both of them have been great. Of course, everyone has their favorites, but they've been great in making sure that parents are heard and answered. And even if you don't like the answer, there's no shaming, there's no belittling, there's no public outcry, there's no reaching out to members of the community to try to shame you it's just night and day from some of the other districts locally. So I want to give credit where credit's due. And then also the sports programs at Hart High, like we have volleyball and we have football in the Hart district rather.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that the kids that do it, they live and breathe it, and music program at West Ranch. Now, I'm not saying that one is better than the other. I'm not saying that one football. I mean, by the way, the parents are vicious when it comes to this stuff. So I just want to make it clear.
Animalistic.
Yeah. I want to make it clear that I'm not saying that one football team is better than the other. I'm just mentioning things as I go.
Okay. Why not though?
Because people are crazy.
They can be crazy as they want to. Look,
listen, I don't know enough.
All right, but we have, our teams play each other here in the Valley, and at the end of the year, one is better than the rest of them.
Yes, one is better than the rest of them.
Yeah, the first, second, and there are teams that are better. There are kids who try harder. There are kids that work at it harder, or coaches are better with some teams than others. It's just.
I agree with you.
I know you are, but there's others out there listening right now going, what's he talking about? Okay. This everyone get a trophy mentality.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
It has worked through to the point where you can't say, and you I know what you were saying, but you can't say I can say one's better than the other. I can say one orchestra is better than the other. I can say one volleyball team is better, because they are.
Right.
They work at it differently. The kids try harder.
100%. I just don't know which is which, because I don't have a kid in football and I don't have a kid that does music. So that's why I'm saying I don't want to argue with anyone about it, because if I said the one that didn't win the last championship, right?
Yeah.
The team that won the last championship would be considered better. I don't know which one that was. I just know that at the football teams and at the band practices and at the volleyball practices, these kids are disciplined, and it's just, I just love it. I just love seeing kids that are distracted, not doing Tide Pods on the internet.
Yeah. Some of those kids, they're in a positive way, they're vicious about it. I got to get up for football. I got to be able to do this. And they practice at home. They want to make sure that they're the best of the best of the best. And you got to give them kudos for that. You got to pat them on the back and go, you know what, man, keep trying, keep doing this. You will be number one. Maybe not this year, maybe next year, but just keep cranking away.
Yeah, just keep trying. Nobody owes it to you.
Right?
Yeah, nobody owes it to you. And honestly, if we need to bring back the culture for kids where you don't want it handed to you. You don't want it handed to you. No. You don't want the participation trophy. You just want to work harder to get the trophy, and understand that it really does mean something if you gave it your best and you still didn't get it. At least you gave it your best. That actually does mean something. Yeah. And it doesn't mean you're entitled to a trophy too. It just means you gave it your best, and that should be enough for you to know. And then you just keep on trying.
So I got several text messages from other board members from other boards on the Saugus Union issue last night. And they were appalled at the Saugus board behavior and how they disrespected teachers and the community as a whole. So it's not just Joe deciding, I didn't like what they did. And it's not just the parents, and it's not just. Now you got, colleagues that are saying, hey, that wasn't right. You didn't listen to the teachers. You didn't listen to the parents. You didn't listen to the people who voted you in and the people you're responsible for. Now, you don't necessarily have to agree with everything a parent, a teacher, or what have you is saying. But to your point, you should at least listen. You should at least have some dialogue and then make your decision, not ram it down everybody's throats where it was very obvious that in essence, things were already worked out.
Well, I mean, I think there was some body language during or after the meeting that I'm told of that said that there had been like a pre-meeting with some of the board members where they decided that this was going to be the outcome, and there may have been some handshaking or some fist bumping that indicated that this was planned. Allegedly, I don't know, and that's why I'm not going to say the names of who, because if I could say it, I would say it if I knew for certain. But I believe that I'm being told that there was, some fist bumping and some handshaking that showed that they made that decision before they even talked to any parents or before they listened to any public comment.
So if you really play it out honestly and you look at what took place, Anna Grease was what I think she's been on there a little over 3 years, and she has been the only one truly that has been calling out the issues with the kids, the issues for the teachers, in favor of the teachers, and things that we could do to help the teachers and help the parents, and even calling out the lies. Maybe not of the board, but the lies of or misrepresentation of the superintendent. And just last night, again, the parent got up after the superintendent said that the young man that walked away from the school, that little, was he 5 or 6 or something like that?
He was very young.
Yeah. She said, he was walking home. Well, she knew that wasn't the truth. He was actually walking in the opposite direction of the home. They never really got, really never dealt with the person that's supposed to be watching over those kids, because remember, the parents were told the kid was still there at school.
Right.
And the caregiver, if you would, was never, that in my estimation would have been an immediate dismissal.
I have not had the opportunity to watch the school board meeting yet. I intend to watch it today. But are you telling me that the superintendent, that Colleen Hawkins, tried to tell the public last night that the I believe first grader was walking home?
That's what I got from the meeting last night. Is that she said that he was on his way home or he's headed towards his house, and that was the furthest from the truth.
May I ask, why does that change anything at all?
Well, see, I'm with you. The minute he got outside the gate, no matter where he was going,
right,
and for. Even if he jumped in the mom's car and dad called later on and said, "Where's my son?" and they say he's in the backyard or he's in the playground, that's a problem.
That's a problem. I mean, I think that is the problem. Why does it matter? I'm going to have to watch the meeting to actually form an actual opinion with reason, but I don't understand why that would even be an excuse.
So we, like an unwritten rule, if you would, okay, we tend to stay out of each other's business. I wasn't elected to run Saugus Union or New Hall, so we kind of stay out of each other's business. But to get text messages from other trustees to go, "Joe, this is appalling. You see what's going on here? Do you see what they're doing?" That's unheard of. I haven't had that happen in the 15 years I've been on the board. I haven't had that kind of discussion with other trustees.
Would it be possible for the other trustees that are contacting you to come forward or even write an email or a letter to the board so that they can show support? I mean, they're still community members.
Yeah, they may at some point in time, but it, like I said, it's I know it's distasteful, but we kind of stay out of it because we're not in their business every day. But what they did in ignoring the teachers and coldly, it wasn't just a matter of, we hear your voice, we understand what you're saying, but there's a lot more here that you don't know about, and that's why we're going in this direction. That's almost palatable. But to nod your head, smile, and then just go in a total opposite direction with no conversation isn't right.
I'm not even a little bit surprised, and nobody should be. And nobody should be. I mean, the online attacks and the online campaign viciously started from the moment the conversation even began. But the problem is like the community members behave that way, and that in itself is just, it sucks. But to have the board member, elected officials, do better. Do better.